thoughts or questions? How is that for you?
Yeah. The question about the rest, or did I have any other questions regarding the session?
Any other? Based on how you're feeling, what was that like? Different approach? What was it like to realize you're trying to solve it? Pressure on yourself, all of that. Let's get a bit of feedback from you.
It was definitely challenging to resist going into any hypnotic language patterns, which is what I'm used to doing, to create confusion, to create trance.
Let's pause right there. Hear what you said just then, Todd. Everyone hear it?
Mm-hmm.
To try and create, to try and do. From now on, guys, and excuse my language, the only way to express it really clearly, I want you to be the laziest fucking therapist you can be. Why are you trying to solve it? It's not your job. Why would you put pressure on yourself? Is it to show off a bit of ego? Maybe. I used to try and sound like Erickson all the time, and I sound like an idiot. Okay? We don't need the patterns. What does a language pattern do? Creates hypnosis. We're not worrying about hypnosis, so we don't have to do it. And realize when you start talking like a hypnotist, you sound like an idiot. Your clients will pick up on that psychotic insight. And as you listen to my words right now and realize I'm right without being confusing, and you breathe out and get rested, it sounds stupid. It's not normal. Instead, we could get a better effect by being a human being and getting curious and asking questions that Kathy has never asked herself, or if she's been to another therapist, a therapist has never asked her because they're too busy trying to be one. If you want to get confusing with it. Make sense? There's nothing that triggers resistance than fucking language patterns. What do I mean by resistance? As soon as you start talking like a therapist or a hypnotist, what do you think happens inside your client's mind?
Walls up.
Closes.
Resistance.
Fences go up.
Why? Because now, although I'm sitting there, I've paid Todd a lot of money. Maybe I'm not ready to start yet. Todd is. And he asked me a weird question with all the hypnotic language. He looks deep into my eyes, gets his stopwatch out and does all that stuff. If I'm not ready, inside my mind, I go, whoa, I'm not there yet. He's just not that into you. Just thought of that stupid move my sister made me watch. Okay. Resistance goes up. And now you get these resistant clients. And then the therapist blames the client and says, well, maybe you're not ready. Maybe come back in 6 months ready. It's your fault. So if we go into this with our intention is, I don't care about you, but I care about your safety. And I want you to solve this because I know you're worth it type attitude. Smile on your face, a genuine smile. You get curious about asking your client questions. What does your client pick up from that? What's the psychotic insight? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. If they've been to another therapist before, where the therapist starts with close your eyes, and instead you start asking about the problem, and I'm the client, I start thinking, wow, Todd's actually interested in me. That's different. He's actually listening to me. That's different. Seems like he cares about me. That's different. But what's he doing indirectly? Trancing me out. But I don't know what's happening because there's nothing to suspect. As soon as he puts in then, as you breathe out and your eyes closed, resistance. He's starting. I don't want to hear that. One of the easiest ways to make clients harder to work with is create resistance. You got to catch your client unaware. And here's the funny thing. If you go through the whole session not doing anything, your client will never know what's up or down through the whole thing. And before long, I'm working with Megan. She's just asking me questions. Before long, it's 30 minutes in and my hands are stuck like this. I'm drooling on myself thinking, what the fuck is going on? It's too late. I'm already there. I'm already going into something. But if she starts from the leaning in, hypnotic language, talking like an idiot, resistance. And that's the scientific word for it, idiot. Stop talking like a therapist. Okay? Does that make sense for you, Todd? So, and the resistance is hard. I get it. You're going to want to bring in your old therapeutic and hypnotic knowledge. You can't with this. They don't gel well together. Now, Todd, what you should be very happy with, you made Kathy have a regression. How does a regression normally start, guys? Someone talk me through it.
Normally, we ask them to go back.
That's where it starts.
Go back in, go in, and go back to the time when, go back right before the time when.
So it's a lot of talking, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How did we manage to get there with one question?
She had to go in to find her own answer.
She had to go in to find her own answer. We just prompted her to do that. Did we tell her to find 2 scenes? No. Did we reframe anything? No. But why did she have a spontaneous regret? And she might have 3 or 4 of those in the space of an hour.
I think she's having one right now.
I can see she is. And Todd, we're not even talking to her. Why?
No.
This is known as processing, which we'll talk about later. But does that reassure you, Todd, that it doesn't take much if you let a client go there organically? Her mind knows more about her than you. If it needs a regression, it will go there. If you force a client into regression, or heaven forbid, you force every client into regression, what are you now doing? You're guessing. What if they need
a potential lab reaction? But yeah,
of course, and potential.
But if they go there naturally, they're less likely because they're in control.
Do you think it's more powerful for them to go there naturally, or for you to force it?
For them to go.
So why the hell would you not be lazy?
Yeah.
And Kathy goes from a regression into a visualization, into a timeline where she actually floats upside down and inside out with a hat on her head. Who cares what she does? But once she's there, believe it or not, we'll get to this later, we just let her sit there and do whatever she needs to do.
But the challenge is what you hit the nail on the head with earlier, Scott, which is they're paying all of this money. And so there's this inclination to be, well, I should be doing something for it. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, thanks for saying be lazy, because that's,
I haven't said it
there's
before.
another thing that says a lot of people that do less make more. So,
yep. I haven't said it before. It's taken me 4 or 5 years just to understand that. And that's how long it took me. And he's asked me the same question every training, and it's finally clicked. That's what will happen with everybody. So instead of pressure, performing, trying to solve it, you just got to remain curious. And whatever happens, happens. And your only job is to make sure our client's safety. We'll go through the ab reaction drill. We'll do all that, guys. But do you see how much has happened in the space of 25 minutes, 30 minutes of me interrupting as well? We didn't do much, but so much to go. I can see Kathy still zoning out. This cog's still turning. We're not even talking to her. Okay. Any other feedback, Todd?